my home. Just like everybody else in the pandemic, I have had to make space, and right now we're in my dining room. If you're wondering what space this is, back into the kitchen. I cleared off the end of my dining room table, which has been serving as my work area, to show you some textiles. Indigo dyed textiles, and that's what we're going to start off first in this dyeing unit in Introduction to Textile Design. So I pulled out a couple of pieces of cloth here, and of course, you know, indigo blue, that is the color that's produced. And it's often called world's most popular dye. Well, why? You're like, oh, I don't like blue that much, but I'll bet you wear jeans. And if you are wearing blue denim jeans, they have been dyed in indigo. Now, not necessarily natural indigo, probably not at all, but there is a synthetic indigo that works exactly. Chemically, it is the same as natural indigo. And if you were to ask me what I found the difference to be, is that natural indigo smells like a swamp, and the synthetic indigo smells significantly better. Now, indigo is what we call a vat dye, so it's going to be quite magical, as you will be seeing later on. But the point I want to make now is that it doesn't matter how long you hold your cloth under the water of your dye vat. You are going to have to dip it multiple times. So if we compare these two pieces of cloth, this has obviously been dipped more times because it's darker. And that's kind of one of the magical things about indigo, is this building up of the color. That what happens with the dye is when you bring it out of the bath, you will see it oxidize. And that's what's building up. Now, if you dipped it and dipped it and dipped it and dipped it many, many times, as this piece of cloth here, what happens is an indigo residue builds up on the top. This piece of cloth, it's actually hemp, and you can see it's shiny metallic in color. That is 100% natural, and that is a result of this cloth being dipped so many times in indigo, and then the people who make this, they're part of the Hmong tribe, so we're fairly familiar with the Hmong in Wisconsin because there's quite a large group that is settled here, but this is in northern Vietnam. What they do is, after they've dyed it so many times, they beat it, and then this sheen comes upon the cloth, which I think is amazing to think that this is natural. And then what they do with that cloth is they make things like this. This is a sash, a jacket, and you can also see that there's some beautiful, beautiful embroidery on this. And this is actually from a different group that is in southwestern China, but it is the same technique. It is a skirt, and it has that beaten, shiny indigo. And this is done, indigo is done throughout the world, probably most famous in Japan and West Africa. And in West Africa, they have the Hausa people make something that we call an elephant robe because it's so huge, and they also do this beaten indigo. So I think this is really exciting, the shades of blue from quite light to this shiny metallic that we can get with indigo.